What up, family? What up, Garmlings? How are we doing today? It's been a minute since I've done one of these. I didn't really get to watch the Melbourne games that were all at like fucking 1 a.m. for me. But don't stress. I got to watch the Cinema Blast Rivals. It wasn't as cinema as Melbourne, don't get me wrong, but it was still good. And also, it's starting to feel like summer outside, so we had to whip the beaters out of the closet. You know how it is. It's beater summer, baby. I'm trying to bring back those Cloud9 vibes, okay? Anyways, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Let's just get right into this. Flyquest. More like bye-bye quest, because they didn't last long. There's not really much to talk about. In their first game against Spirit, they just got bent over. You're playing Spirit, okay? You know, that'll happen. But their match against Faze was actually cinema. I can't hate on that game. Now, did Faze choke back-to-back 9-3 leads? Potentially. But listen, I'm not talking about Faze yet. When we get to Faze, we got a lot to talk about. But for right now, the Flyquest Faze game, you watch the first map and you're like, I'm gonna hate on Ins. They got 3 T rounds on Inferno. Inferno is more T-sided than most maps in the pool. I think it's the second most behind Anubis. And you're like, okay, this Ins dude, listen, he's fairly new to calling. I mean, he called before, but he hasn't called in a while, so he's probably a little rusty. And he was calling in like tier 8 Australia. Okay. Anyways, after the first map, I'm like, oh yeah, this dude's doggy. He don't got it in him. And then they somehow nearly come back, losing just 11-13, and then nuke. Oh my god. It's impossible for Faze not to have a cinema nuke map. It just is. But these boys go down 3-9 on the CT side of nuke. It should be over. And then T side masterclass. I mean, maybe this Ins dude, he got it. I don't know. I'm not the wrong person to say whether he got it or not, but Ins might be good, is what I'm saying, okay? I don't know yet. He might be good. I mean, listen, like I say with everything, I just gotta give Flyquest more time, because personally, I love the moves they've been making, and, like, I totally see why Netic was brought in, especially on Nuke. Now, I could be wrong. This is just off of memory, but I think he started that Nuke map kind of slow and just kicked it into gear in overtime. He was kind of frying Faze, to be honest. He didn't have an insane rating or anything, but we using the eye test on this one. On that nuke game, Ins also individually looked good, considering how bad he's looked since he started calling. Vexite looked pretty good. I'm still awaiting the Liaz minus Liaz plus JKS replacement. It's just a slam dunk move at this point. I don't know why they wouldn't do it. Now, the one person I was really disappointed by in this series was Regali. I've been surprised by Regali ever since he joined Flyquest. This series, he kind of let the team down, but he did have insane impact rounds. He was the only reason Flyquest made it into OT on Nuke in the first place. He had a wild 1v3, so I'll cut him some slack. But normally he should be the hard carry for this team, and he just wasn't feeling it really this tournament. It's fine, okay? You can have one tournament off, buddy. I mean, Flyquest are looking better, I think, against better teams than they did with Dexter calling already, which is kind of insane. They're kind of following in the footsteps of Mouse, where they kicked their IGL, and supposedly this new team should have more firepower, and I see it so far. And listen, man, I miss having a good Australian team. I miss 100 Thieves. I do. They were near and dear to my heart. So I'm praying Flyquest continues to improve. And honestly, like, they didn't look too bad this tournament. But if FaZe don't choke those 2 9-3 leads, it could have been an awful tournament for them. So we'll have to see how they move going forward. Are they going to continuously look that good and come back in games, or was that more of a FaZe choke? Pain is so tough for me, man, because on paper, all the moves they made are great moves. DGT had a 1.17 on 9Z. He was a beast. Him and Martinez were the 2-star fraggers, and I mean, like, they had that one IEM Dallas run. 9Z were kind of a shit show after that, but he was insane on 9Z. End of the story. He's one of the better tier 2 riflers in South America, so on paper, that pickup makes a ton of sense. David Duez had a 1.18 on Red Canids. Another insane tier 2 rifler. And even Snow, who he's getting harder to defend, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but he had a 111 on Case. Payne is just recruiting all of the absolute demons of tier 2 South America, adding them to a team with an improving NQZ and a very solid caller and fragger in Big Uzera. So I want this team to work so bad, because on paper, it makes so much sense. I agree with all of the moves they've made. They didn't have it this tournament. You know how teams have a honeymoon when they add in new players? They had a honeymoon that lasted 2 maps. But on the positive side, DGT looked like a absolute animal on that Inferno they played against Mouse. He you could totally understand why they added him after you watch that map. Also, like, right by his side was David Duaz. Like, they're so good. The riflers on this team have so much potential. This team can be so good, man. I want to see them bring it all together so badly. In my opinion, they are easily the highest potential team in all of South America, all of Brazil. Now, with all that being said, I gotta talk about Snow. Like I said earlier, Snow's getting harder to defend. He just is. When he was on Case, he was just their aggressive rifler. He's naturally an aggressive player. So watching him try and play these anchor roles is fucking agonizing, bro. The amount of times he's just sitting in the open, like asking to take a gunfight, like for Dust 2 against Mouse, for example. It was an awful game from everyone, but like he was just getting sunned by Spinks round after round just because like he wants to take these fights. He wants to push. He's an aggressive rifler. Put him in aggressive rifler roles, okay? Put him in fucking donk roles. Put him in just hard entry roles. I don't care. Like, he cannot play these anchor roles. We gotta switch him up on the team. Over the past 3 months against top 20 teams, he has a 0.83 rating. He's not that bad, okay? He just is not that bad. He did play well against Wildcard, but one good series does not redeem him for everything else. It's just, by this point, you should be able to adapt to your new roles on the team, but it's just so clear that he just can't. So put him in roles he's more comfortable with and move anyone else to anchor roles. I'm begging. I just want to see this team work, man. Hey guys, it's me, Garmour, and I'm just gonna be honest, life has been great lately. I got a new job here at this nuclear facility. I met a new special woman, as you can see back there, by the name of Kwanda, and I finally reached my goal of being in the 99th percentile of the BMI index. I'm getting my bread up, my head up, and due to my 47 BMI, my heart has sped up. But best of all, thanks to my favorite new site, Skin.Club, I just won a sexy new knife. Only available for users 18 years or older. Skin.Club is one of the biggest case opening websites on the planet with a completely provably fair and honest system. Along with this, you can open free cases every single day. They even have a battle system where you can play other players along with an upgrade system. And to keep things fresh, they have new events every month that bring new cases and giveaways. You can get started today by using one of their various deposit methods such as card, PayPal, or even your old skins. But wait, if you use my link in the description, you will get a 7% deposit bonus. 7%? That's freaking crazy! Thank you to Skin.Club for sponsoring the video. Speaking of Wildcard, I was a little low on them going into this tournament. The disaster class against the Russians on Dust 2, 0.02 stand rating kind of turned me off from this team. I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, as a little NA goblin, I can't help but root for them, but I wasn't optimistic, and they surprised me. They really did. Game 1 against Vitality is a nothing burger. It's Vitality. What did we even expect? It's getting 7 rounds against them. Sure. The 2-0 against Pain, honestly, that's just Wildcard at their peak. Like, every single person on this team was playing well during that game. You have a Sonic masterclass, and listen, if you guys have watched videos on this channel, you know I'm very fucking critical of Sonic. I personally don't think he really has a place in tier 1. I think he's insane in tier 2. He falls off so incredibly hard against better teams, and you just can't have that for someone that's in his position, in his roles. But I mean, listen, man, he played very well. If he can improve against top 20 teams, I'm all ears for Sonic, okay? He's a demon in tier 2. He just got to translate to tier 1. Fuzi has been great for, like, all of this year. I still can't believe they had fucking... Oh, Stewie hopping, bro. But no, like, Fuzi has been good all of this year. He kind of fell off a little bit towards the end of last year. He had some crazy peaks at an ESL Pro League, but other than that, it was kind of meh. But he looks back. The other Swede in the team, Sus, is just, I love Sus, man. I saw him on the desk. This dude is like 6'5", ripped, arm tat. He's got the deep voice like Rain. Dude, why am I sucking him off so much? But it's true. He's like a great value Rain in a way, okay? He just has an aura to him. And another player that I'm a little critical of just because I know how good he can be is JBA. JBA played great in this series against Pain. He had a couple clutches. He just looked very comfortable. He was playing like online JBA, okay? That's what I'll say. And if we can get online JBA fully translated to LAN JBA, Wildcard can be a contender. They just can't. Maybe it's a little bit of copium, but like I believe in Stan's calling calling. I believe in Susp. Translating to land, he's done it before. Susp consistently like is fine on land. I believe in Fuzi for the most part. My two big question marks with the team are Sonic and JBA. They're so good against tier 2 online. If they can play like that on land, like they did in this game against Pain, I mean, like this team can actually be good. But even still, I think they're probably the third best team in NA at the moment. I think it is very close with M80. I put Complexity way ahead. Does Liquid even count as NA at this point? I guess Liquid's ahead of them too. So it's like Liquid, Complexity, and then M80 and Wildcard are kind of interchangeable, but I think I give the edge to M80 at the moment. So they do still have some work to do, but I see the potential with this team. Anyways, they go to the playoff, bent over by Spirit, similar to the Vitality game. What are you gonna do? It's fucking Spirit, man. But overall, I mean, Wildcard has positive signs for the future. If they can consistently look like how they did against Pain, against other teams that are like top 12 to 30, they can do work at the Austin Major. They can do a top 16 finish like they had at Shanghai, because Pain's not a bad team. I know they just have a new roster. They probably haven't had that much time to practice. Pain is not a bad team. So that win is very impressive. And like I said, man, like if they can perform like that against tier 1.5 to tier 2, they can be solid. They just won't be really winning tournaments, which I don't think anyone expects. Now on to the big boy. Nothing Faze did in this tournament matters. I don't give a damn, okay? They go to playoffs, get blown up by Mouse. The GOAT is here, baby. Simple has joined the team. Brokey has been benched. What the fuck? Now, I don't want to be that guy because I feel like it was fairly obvious. You know, Faze is an entertaining team. They make entertaining moves. Simple to Faze was like, I feel like it was set in stone, okay? Anyone could have predicted this. Me included. And the roster would be Sui, Rain, Elige, Frozen, and Simple. But like, this is just a generational move, man, because Faze were looking like just a complete dysfunctional dead team going to the major. Zero excitement. They do this move, and listen, I feel bad for Brokey, okay? He's a legend. He's one of the greatest oppers of all time. That's not even crazy to say. His peak was so good. He just wasn't performing recently. And I mean, it's a performance-based industry. You fall off for however long he did. It's just how it is. But you add in Simple, and this team immediately becomes interesting. I'm so hyped, okay? Listen, you guys know me as a Faze hater. I can't even hate on this team anymore. I glaze Simple that much. I love this man, okay? My entire career watching Counter-Strike, I just can't help but love Simple and just watch every time Simple plays. They're literally the only aura, like Maui said on Twitter, the only aura upgrade Faze could have done in the opera position was this. And these motherfuckers went and did it, man. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that this move is gonna be good, because I can't say it will be good. It might still be a dumpster fire. This isn't prime Simple. He hasn't played on a serious team in over 2 years. And this is his first major in CS2, which seems weird to say, but like it is. Plus, Faze literally, like as Kerrigan said, have no plans for the future. They're just doing this for the vibes. They just want to make a run at the major, and I respect that. But fuck, man, like, they're probably going to be bad. But what if they're good? What if everyone in this team peaks at just the right time? Faze go on their classic major run like they do. They start cooking. What if? What if Simple reverts? I know it's a long shot. I know he's washed. I know he does cooking streams on Twitch, but what if, bro? What if he peaks? It's just, oh, it could be so good. Simple and Elige back on a team. They're gonna murder each other, but who cares, bro? Even if they murder each other, that will be entertaining. All of this is gonna be entertaining, no matter what the fuck happens. And we get to see them at IEM Dallas before, too. Oh my god, man. It's gonna be so good. Like, if I was a betting man, I would put my money on this being a dumpster fire. But if I was a betting man who bet on fun and exciting, put all my chips in the middle of the table, baby. I'm so fucking hyped. And listen, guys, when Simple and Elige played together on Liquid, there was one man that stopped them, Cold Zera. Where's washed ass Unk now? Rotting away in tier 4 Brazil. You think ZywOo's stopping him? He probably will. I mean, there's no way they'd beat Vitality. But like I said, man, if they all peak at the same time, this could be generational. Will it work out? But I'm so hyped to see if it does. All right, I'm grouping all these 4 teams together because I feel like they're just simply a tier above everyone else. And I don't want to talk about them individually because I feel like it just makes more sense to talk about them with each other. At least for me. I'm just gonna get it out of the way. It was once again a Vitality Falcons final. These two teams in this upper echelon of 4 teams, it seems like Vitality is like in a tier of their own, and then Falcons, and then Spirit Mouse. But I'll get more into that later because I don't even think I really believe that. Falcons once again lost 2-3 in the final. They look so close. They just don't have the juice. Vitality, I mean, fucking A, man. They beat Liquid's streak. I think their streak is up to 25 in a row now. That's fucking mental. It, like, when you consider all of the factors of Liquid's run and NIP's run, it might be the most impressive one yet. Like, when you consider NIP's era, listen, I don't want to take away because 87-0 is genuinely incredible, but these dudes are playing plumbers and electricians, okay? You know what I'm saying? These guys were playing people that were working part-time and playing this game. Like, I feel like the competition nowadays is so different than it was in fucking the early days of CSGO. I mean, these motherfuckers on Falcons are getting paid $8 trillion a month to play this game. God bless Saudi oil money. It's so incredible that they've done it. And honestly, like, I feel like the Liquid one, there's the argument with BO1s being in it, but like, I feel like BO1s are actually like more random, so it's a disadvantage, but like Vitality streak is just longer, okay? I feel like there's no argument for Liquid at this point. Vitality might have the most impressive streak in Counter-Strike history. Another thing to add on to Vitality, I feel like they're playing worse than they did at their peak with this roster, but they still look unbeatable, which is such an incredibly scary thought. You think you might have them. Like, Mouse and Spirit of Falcons have looked close. Every single one of those 3 teams looks like they just don't have enough juice to really push Vitality over the edge. I mean, like, Falcons did. They had it. There was just a magical force that stopped them. Like, this Vitality team just can't be beaten. I don't know, man. And like, when you look at all 4 of these teams within each other, like, there's no argument for any team above Vitality at this moment. It would be stupid to say anything else. So I feel like it's Vitality on the top, and realistically, you then put the other 3 teams in the tier below, and I don't think you can really number them. I know Falcons have owned Mouse consistently. I know they beat Spirit. That Spirit game could have gone either way. Spirit probably should have won. They were up 12-10. They lose in overtime. They choke. So I feel like Falcon Spirit is honestly a coin flip. So you can say Mouse is down at number 4, easily below, but we haven't seen Spirit and Mouse play against each other anytime recently. Hey guys, I was rewatching this and I just wanted to say we have seen Spirit Mouse play against each other, and Mouse did win both of those games, but they were within 6 days of one another, and it happened 2 months ago. So that's pretty much it. I know Mouse have owned them twice. I know it makes sense to say Mouse is better. I just don't know today. Those games were 2 months ago, so it's tough to say. And it's like, I don't know what would happen if they did play. And I feel like all of Mouse's prep has gone into how to beat Vitality. So this new Falcons team is coming in and just kind of frying the fuck out of them because they just haven't really prepped for them as much. And like, the first time they played, they got blown out. They looked better in the semis of Blast Rivals. They went to overtime in the first map. They got pretty cooked on Dust too. But like, what's important is they're improving against Falcons, similar to how they slowly improved against Vitality. So I don't think I'm out on Mouse just yet. I feel like give them some more time, and the series against Falcons will be more competitive. So I don't want to just go out on a limb and say, yes, Falcons are easily better than Mouse, because give it a little bit, and I don't know if that will be true. So I just want to take these 3 teams and put them in a group of their own, and then Vitality, and then everyone else. That makes the most sense to me. And it's crazy because I feel like Falcons, Mouse, and Spirit are all so similar just because they look like they all could beat Vitality. But like I said, bro, they don't have the juice. And speaking of that, one way to get the juice would be for Falcons to sign Kyosuke, but with all the success that they've had recently, I mean, do they still make a roster move? And even adding on to that, I think it would be irresponsible for Spirit to give up Kyosuke when they are this fucking close to being like the best team in the world, almost being better than Vitality. They just need something to boost them over, and I feel like adding Kyo minus Magix would just simply give them that. Now, he hasn't played in tier 1 yet, so it's just an on paper move. We don't know how it would work in practice. We don't know how he would do in Magix roles. I just feel like at this point, it's got to be worth a shot, right? They did not think it was worth a shot. Now Falcons, after the Austin Major, should should become an absolute powerhouse super team, and honestly, probably are going to be the only team that can really compete with Vitality, but we'll have to see. Donk and Spirit both played out of their fucking minds this tournament. They were the top 2 rated players, and it still wasn't enough to beat Vitality. Yeah, I feel like you gotta give the kid a chance on the main roster. No, at least for one tournament, have him stand in, at least try it. Give it a trial run, something. And giving him up to Falcons, which I understand why Falcons want to do it. If they want to be truly the dominant best team, it makes sense. Spirit can't give him up, bro. If like, it makes no sense to me why they would do that. But like, those are 2 options for Falcons and Spirit to maybe get over the hump. For Mouse, I don't really see what Mouse does. I can't imagine they make a roster move. I think they just gotta stick together and hope they improve. Hope Brolin keeps improving as a caller. The players keep improving individually. Their teamwork keeps improving. Because all the players on this Mouse team individually are so fucking talented. You just aren't gonna find anyone better, in my opinion. So I think the only thing you really can improve upon is just team play. Brolin getting more experience as a caller, and maybe eventually they could, but I see more obvious options for Falcons and Spirit. It's going to be exciting to see how it all plays out at Austin. That's all I'll say. It's probably not going to go any different than it has been, but what if? Do we really think Apex and Vitality have truly destroyed their choking demons? It seems like it, okay? 25 win streak, they're winning fucking everything, but majors are different, man. They, like, the vibes of majors are just different. I can't imagine they do it. At this point, it literally is Vitality's to lose, and I'll be amazed if anyone else does win the major at this point. But I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, we don't know. We'll have to see. Along with this, I just want to say ZywOo is easily the #1 player of the year at this point. Monacy or Donk is gonna have a generational boost in form. Like, they're both playing extremely well, don't get me wrong, but ZywOo at this point, I feel like he already has it locked up, damn near. Now, if Monacy hard carries Falcons or Donk hard carry Spirit again to a major win, maybe it flips, and then if Vitality slightly fall off in the second half of the year, I could see it happening, but at this point, at this current moment in time, ZywOo has such a lead over everyone else. It's just not really close. And I'm excited for IEM Dallas because Vitality, listen, and believe it or not, these fuckers need to play Aurora. I need to see Vitality play Aurora before I deem them as the actual kings of Counter-Strike at this moment. Their streak started after they lost to the EF core, and now the EF core under Aurora, could they beat Vitality again? It seems crazy, okay? There is literally nothing to back this besides the fact that Major simply owns this team in CS2. Vitality's 0-3 against them in CS2. They just can't beat them. I don't know what it is. Major just suns Apex consistently. It's gonna be so hilarious if they still can't beat fucking Aurora. And honestly, I pray it happens. I want Major to be the GOAT. I want him to be the father of Apex so badly. Another thing, I'm sorry. Like, when I did the format like this with all the top 4 teams, I'm just gonna keep on fucking rambling. But I think you can easily tell in these playoffs that Apex is just simply the best caller, probably in the world at this moment. I think it was, like, kind of obvious before, but at this point, like, it's become very clear. I know the individuals on Vitality are insane, but when you watch Vitality play Mouse, play Spirit, play Falcons, I feel like it's kind of obvious Apex is just the best IGL in the server. And over and over and over again. I mean, like, even with these insane players, you still have to be a good IGL. You have to have a good system to make everything work. His T-side calls have been, like, very, very good. He's just the best caller in the world at the moment. And I think that helps push Vitality over the edge as well. I'd say Kixin is a close second, but he's out of the top 4 teams, okay? Not in the entire world. I don't know if I'm ready to say Kixin is the second best IGL in the world, but when you take into consideration Apex, Kixin, Chopper, and Brolin, I do like what Brolin's done. I don't mind Chopper. Kixin is probably #2 on that list, and Apex is just easily the #1 caller right now. But fuck, man. If Aurora don't take down Vitality, maybe it is Faze, man. You guys seeing what this motherfucker Simple is saying? He's pissed that ZywOo is taking his spotlight. He's pissed that ZywOo's having all his success. That ZywOo's been his competitor for however many fucking years. He retires, and now ZywOo is just frying. Vitality's frying. And Simple wants to beat this team, man. He wants to show Vitality who's boss. So I know it's insane. I gotta see these fuckers play at IEM Dallas. He wants to still be ZywOo's daddy. But hey, I don't know, man. Like, at this point, literally every fucking tournament is Vitality's to lose, okay? They're going to be the favorites by a landslide going into everything. We still got 2 bosses Vitality has to beat. Major, and ZywOo has awoken the sleeping giant Simple. Sleeping Giant simple in 2025. Okay, we might be exaggerating a little bit there. All right, guys, that's it for this one. No GRS rankings this time. Such a weird tournament. Like the top 4 teams in the world, and then Faze, and then teams from like 15 to 30 in the world. It doesn't really move the rankings that much. If I had to, gun to my head, rank the top 4 teams, I guess it would be Vitality, Falcon, Spirit, and then Mouse in 4th if I had to. But I'm not gonna make a whole ranking system. Nothing would really change. We didn't see anything new. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you for watching. Will Simple work on Faze? Probably not. I hope it does, man. It's gonna be entertaining no matter what happens. All right, I will see you guys later.